guys, this is Lisa with Highly Crafted, and I was just going to show you a little thing that I had an idea about. I had somebody gift me, they gave me a bunch of these little bracelets. I don't really do like the big charm bracelet type things, because I like things to be really close to my wrist, so I don't really like these, but I was like, oh, I bet I could make something out of them. So I am going to make a tree of life, and I'm going to film it for you guys. So that's what we're going to do, because I always hate having to build the base and everything. I mean, I guess it's fine. Do what you got to do, but yeah, I don't like it. Alright, so what I usually do is I do like a 22 gauge or a 24 gauge wire. It doesn't matter what color or anything. And I kind of like to measure it. You're going to do almost 3 times the amount of the width of your, I guess, ring or whatever for your tree of life. So yeah, I'm going to measure about 3 widths. You always want to overestimate, because, you know, you want enough wire to do everything. So it's a big old long wire. Alright, and instead of measuring everything, I mean, everybody measures stuff, but I'm kind of lazy, so what I like to do is I like to take the 2 tips together and just kind of find the end. And I'm just going to cut it there. And a good thing to do is that first one that you did the measuring with, try to keep using that one to measure out each time you do another one before you cut it, because if you keep grabbing the one you just cut, sometimes it can like vary a little bit and it will start to shrink, I've noticed, because it's not exact. So I'm going to go ahead and cut, I think I'm going to cut about 12 of these, and then I will be right back. Alright, so now I've got all my wires cut, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of gather them together and just take a look at how the wires, just so I can kind of see where or how thick my base of my tree trunk is actually going to be. So I'm going to take these and put them aside. I'm going to take my first one. So what I like to do is I like to wrap the bottom of the tree down here where it's the single, and the top where the leaves and everything will be up here on top, because I like to use this second loop to tie something on so I can hang it or whatever. It's kind of easier for me, but I mean, you could always do it the other way and put the roots right down here and you have big thick roots or whatever, but I'm going to do it to where I'm going to put the roots right down through here. So I'll take my wire, I like to fold it in half. So you have this. Put it down there, and you're just going to loop it like maybe twice, 3 times. Nothing too crazy, you know. Just kind of squish it together. Just to make it look real nice and neat. Alright, and then my first one is done. So you do it, second one. And you just do this all the way around. Well, I mean, I guess you do this with all of them, not all the way around. And the thing with this is, you can put it on and just slide it so you don't have to like constantly keep it close to the one that you just did or anything. I do like to make sure that it's nice and flush, so you just kind of will take your little things and squish it. There you go. Yeah, looking good. All right. It doesn't have to be like exactly in half. I mean, it's best to get it as close as possible, but don't like worry yourself to death about it. So yeah, she gave me a bunch of this and like some leather stuff, and it was really cool and everything. Some of the stuff I've never done or used before, so I get some new stuff to play with. A bunch of metal stamps and stuff like that, because I've never done like metal stamping. So I have to go get me a stamping block or whatever those little metal blocks are. I need to get one of those. I've already got a hammer and I've got a little bit of things, and I lied. I have tried it before, but only like a couple things, and I was too scared to use the actual hammer part because I kept thinking I was going to squish my fingers, and so I ended up making my husband do it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get rid of the fear of squishing my fingers trying to get it hammered in. Plus I live in an apartment, and I'm sure downstairs they really don't want to hear me smashing into something or beating something to death. But we'll see. I don't always like my downstairs neighbors, so we'll be good. It's okay if I annoy them every now and then, right? Don't worry about my hands shaking. My hands always shake. Unfortunately, they do. Especially since I take an SSRI. If anybody takes any kind of anxiety medicine, you know that your hands just, I don't know why it's a thing, but your hands will just start shaking. It's kind of dumb. You'd think if it was helping out your nerve system or whatever. I don't know how that stuff works. But your hands wouldn't shake as much, but I guess it's supposed to calm you. I sometimes feel a little calmer, but I still have my racing thoughts and anxiety, but it's being able to deal with it a little bit better now. Not to give you too much information, but there you go. You're welcome. So I'm going to do some of these black stones over here once I get these on. I don't know, I was going to do like a pink moon, but we'll see. We may end up going with these white ones that I have over here. I guess they're clear. I don't know. Really pretty though. They have this nice shine on. I don't know if the camera will even pick it up, but it might. Alright, so I got all the ones that I wanted on there. You can see how that already looks like a little root system. So So what I like to do is I like to take all these together and I just twist them. And it's okay if it's not in the center right here. It slides around, so you can kind of like move it and stuff. And these are pretty good. They're nice and sturdy, so that's what I also like about it. And so I just twist it to the thickness that I kind of want. And even if you make it too thin and you're like, oh, I want it a little bit thicker, just kind of twist it back a little bit, which I like the way that looks as well. And so then you'll be able to kind of spread these apart. But when we start doing our like decor part where we like to, you know, kind of make these look more fruit-like, I like to do that in the end. Once everything's on, then I'll start like actually bending the tree trunk and like giving it life, so to speak. So then, I guess I'm doing this upside down, I don't know. So then what I like to do is I like to separate these 2 by 2. So I like to kind of go with the direction as much as I can. This part's kind of tedious. I guess all of it's tedious. And up towards the top, I like the branches to be slightly thicker. So once I separate these, I might do like 3 and 3 instead of 2 and 2, if that makes sense. See how I'm trying to force those 2 together? Don't force them. Just move one over. It'll be fine. Alright, so I got my little spider here separated. And so I like to start at the first one and just work my way around. Some people like to start in the center, go one side and one side. I don't think it really matters either way, just as long as you get it done, you know. Just with anything you can take away, or, well, you can't really, I mean, I guess you could add to it, but it would be a pain in the butt. So I got a couple different stones, and we'll see what works. I've got some, I think these are called hematite, or I don't know, they're black ones. I don't know what these other ones are, but they're pretty, because she gave me a bunch of stuff, so some of it, I have no idea what they are. I can only guess. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little branches and I'm just going to twist them together. I'm going to do one little twist there. I like to do just a small twist, and then I like to twist these 2 that I just kind of twisted by themselves together. And I twist it probably about halfway, because then I'm going to twist it again and have these coming. So I'm going to twist these. And really, it may look like I'm not putting hardly any stones on, but really you only want just a couple stones to be put on here. If you put too many stones, it's going to look too full, and it's like too much is going on. And plus, it's not going to take you forever. It's not going to take you a million stones. So I'm actually probably going to twist this a couple more times. and we'll get some stones on there. And one thing I do like to do, let's see this, I'll have it twisted, and then I like to reverse the twist and kind of go back a little bit, and so you get that nice organic look without having to do anything too crazy or bending too much. So I'm just going to go through here and I'm going to start twisting all of these little guys. And I mean, you don't have to do every one like that. You can just do it however you want. So like that. And how I mean is like, I've already got these two right here. And then these two right here. And I might just twist these by themselves. And if you want your twist to be a little bit tighter, you can always take your flat nose, or just be careful because you don't really want to scuff it up or anything or get a lot of dents in it. Just be very gentle with it. I wish I knew what all some of the stones I can tell what they are, but some of them, I mean, a lot of times especially when you're getting something from somebody, you don't know if it's real or just glass or whatever. So for me to come on here and be like, oh, this is, onyx or whatever, I'd be totally lying to you because I really don't know. They make things look so real or realish nowadays. I don't know how people tell from the fakes, but some can, I guess. So these ones, we're getting to the middle ones. These are the thicker ones. So I do like to just take them all together and twist just the three together. And I'll take these. Alright, so this one that has that first three, I usually like to measure it away a little bit, so I think I'm going to quit, or not quit, I'm going to keep twisting it. I may just come back to that one and see what I want to do with it. Twist this one, and I'm twisting these towards me, but I've done both directions, away from me and then towards me. It doesn't really matter as long as it looks tree-like, And plus, whenever you're getting towards the top of the tree, it tends, well, I mean, it's your tree, you do whatever you want, but a lot of them tend to have more of the bulk right through here. So I like to kind of leave it a little bit further away than the way I'm doing it up here, just so that it has that little extra. So I'm actually just going to take these 4 and just twist them together. You can just move those out of your way. Twist these ones together. I used to always wish I knew how to climb trees, but I was always too scared of heights. So I never really climbed any trees. But yeah, I always liked it when somebody else would climb a tree, and then I'd get nervous for them, and I was like, oh God, they're gonna fall. Now as an adult, you don't really want to do anything too crazy because you know them hospital bills are going to get you. So you're not really as adventurous, or some people are still, but I know I'm not. I'm not going to be going climbing stuff no more. Well, I didn't before, but you know what I mean. I'm not going to start. Alright. Let's separate where I... Okay. So we got that part done. So now we're going to start putting on the stones. So I'm kind of separating that out, kind of taking a look at this. And I always get the chipped beads that have the little holes in them. I think you can do it with just about anything, any kind of little bead or whatever. I just like the way these beads look. And I do like to take the kind of like the larger chip beads and put it towards the base, and then kind of do the smaller ones towards the tip, and the more narrow ones. I just like the way that looks. I mean, you do whatever you want. And the hard part is finding the hole. I don't even think that's a real hole, is it? Okay, you see this one right here? I already know that that's very thin, and that's gonna break. So I'm just gonna pull that sucker off and set it to the side. I do a lot of resin stuff, so I might put it in one of my resin things. We'll see. So let's do this, and I keep putting it back. And you don't want it so tight that it starts, because that's when you are gonna get a lot of chips, or chip breaking, whatever. So yeah, I like the way that sets. So I'm just gonna do just a couple twists. Because you just want it to hold. You don't want it to be super bulky or anything. Let's see, we got our first one done. Hooray! So I like to take that one once it's done, put it towards the back area. Just make sure it's not a snag, because I don't really think these are... Well, I mean, some people like to wear big jewelry, but I don't. So I'm not going to make this like a pendant or anything, so I don't have to worry about it snagging too much. But at the same time, you know, you don't want nobody getting poked by it or whatever. Which, as much as I would love to say, oh yeah, I totally sell all my stuff, I make a lot of stuff, and then I don't really sell. I don't really have a lot of time, and I hate meeting people out and all that junk. So really, I just have a bunch of them at the corner of my room. See, I don't like the way that one looks. So yeah, that's my life. It's a mess. And then I'm going to try to put one of these on here. I may not use it. Ooh, I kind of like the way that looks. So I'm going to probably put those at the very, very tip. And it's okay we didn't have it on that one. It's fine. Nobody will even never notice. So I'm going to do a couple turns right there. Squish it together. I got those two done, and I think I'm going to do one more. Let's see here. So I do want to put this moon in, so I think I'm actually going to put the moon right about here. Alright, so now we're at this one. This is where I want to put the moon. I kind of want to do this pink one. I think that will be really, really pretty. So I'm just going to take this wire. I'm going to slide this bead on. I forget what these beads are called, but they're very, very pretty. I don't even remember where I got it from. I think it might have been at Michael's. I don't know. So I like to take it and wrap it around this tree trunk up here. And I'll just do a couple wraps. See, now you got a little moon going. And I just cut it off here. I mean, you could, I guess, technically like twist it into one of these and make a little branch coming out, but I don't want to do more work than I absolutely have to. So I guess it just depends on what you want to do. Sometimes I really feel like getting into it. Sometimes I just want to make something and I start it and then I'm like, kind of wish I didn't start this, but I don't want to put it down, because if I put it down, I'll never see it again. So I'm really not good at finishing. Alright, so we got these. 1, 2. Alright, so this comes to the point where you want to see which ones you want to bring up to the top. So I believe I'm going to start doing these ones right here, but then these ones will start wrapping around up through here. Fits. I'm gonna put one of these on there instead. Let's try this one. So I really only want to put one on the end of each one of them because it's more of an accent. It's not. I don't know. I just think it looks good if it's just like a little shine of something. Okay, yeah, that's gonna work. And I am wrapping them all towards the back area. So whenever you pull it back, you just gotta shove it right through one of these little holes. It starts getting a little tight and stuff, but you'll make it. You're only wrapping it a couple times around your frame. And I do tend to use my nails a lot more than actual tools. because I feel like you get less scratches that way. So yeah. And I've got really weak fingernails. Oh yeah, and sometimes I get ahead of myself and I just start doing that and I forget to clip these off, but that's fine. You can just come right back. It's good to clip them off as you go, only because they'll start stabbing you as you're moving your hand around and stuff, and it kind of gets a little annoying, but sometimes I just start going and I'm just going. I get ahead of myself sometimes. This one, I think I'm going to twist it a few more times up. There we go. So I don't have to put too many of these stones on. Yeah, so when it comes up to this one, I don't wrap it around both of them. I actually tuck it up underneath that first one. And I just kind of tuck it. Sometimes to pull it really nice and tight, a little bit easier, I'll just use my pliers. So I'm not constantly pulling. Time, and I mean you could do it around both of them. I just do it around one. Alright, so I went ahead and wrapped all of them. Take my little scraps and move them over. So this is what we've got right now. And what I like to do is I like to choose the side that I think is the prettiest, which I like this side the best. And you can just leave it like this, but I'm going to take these and just kind of scooch them together. Because I move pretty easily. I'm going to take these little roots down here and just kind of move them apart a little bit just to spread them. And then I like these really like small ones. You can also do round nose pliers or whatever you want to use. And I'll just take these and kind of start bending them. See, I don't like the way that looks, but I just keep bending it. Yeah, kind of like that way. And then I can also stick this in there and kind of spread it to be a little bit more open. Also use the round nose. You can just move it all directions to what you like. And so really I'm just, let's see if I can show you on this side. I'm just grabbing that one wire and I'm just turning it like this. And then you can also turn it the other way, or you can move it up to the top part and turn it the opposite way. And I mean, just have fun playing with it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Actually, the more imperfect it is, it tends to look a lot more natural. I mean, I guess you don't have to do every one of them, but I don't know, I don't want anybody to be left out. These ones get in there a little bit better. And really I like to feel for the tension, because you'll start to feel it if it's too loose, it feels weird. There we go. Yeah. And it'll just kind of tell you where it wants to be bent. We got some nice rootage there. There we go. I think that's looking pretty good. Alright. So now we're going to go to the tree trunk. Really, I just like to do the same thing that we've been doing. And then I'll take a look at it. Both sides. Want it to come a little bit more wavy, and then you can go the opposite direction down towards the bottom. Now with the trunk, I do like to take these and just kind of just flatten it a little bit to make it look a little bit thicker. Do the same thing for these. And you can even bend these ones whichever direction you're wanting. And you can even, you gotta be careful because you don't want to break the stones, but you can even come in here and kind of move it just a little bit. See how I want this to look. There we go. you're an interest in my trees. Alright, and then this part right here, you'll just put something in it. Just do a little easy one. Tie it at the top and you're done. Well, thanks for watching my tutorial. I really appreciate it. I'm going to try to do some more of these, but I might have to undo that one. Yeah, nobody will notice. It still looks fine. Yeah, I could probably play with this tree forever and keep touching it. Alright, thanks for watching.